So as a psychologist working with children, I noticed a lot of the times that parents and their child, they just didn't have fun together. So at the end of every session, I'd play a game and it would be with an attachment focus to strengthen their relationship, but also let them have fun together as a family. The other thing I noticed is a lot of clients who've been through traumatic situations had quite a disconnect between their body and their emotions, and so I thought yoga could be a good way to bring families together to have fun and also to really help them connect to their bodies and their emotions and their feelings.
We were doing family therapy and it was recommended that we try family yoga out. If there was anything that would benefit myself and my children, then I was willing to participate in it.
So each week we run the program, we have the same structure so that families have some predictability and some routine around it. So we always do something to bring everyone together and connect everyone. Then we do poses, which we try and do in partnership or in family groups so that they have to communicate and trust each other to get into these poses. We always do something fun with a lot of laughter, and then we finish off with a relaxation script and some breathing and stretches. And Sonia and I, we model in it that you don't have to be perfect. We fall out of poses, we laugh, and we make sure that families just enjoy the experience rather than perfecting what they're doing.
We were a bit hesitant in joining because we weren't sure what the program involved. The kids were a little bit embarrassed as well. I was embarrassed as well because there was certain things like positions and things like that, and there's other people around. So we weren't quite sure how to approach it. But once we started, getting involved and feeling, as the weeks went by, we started to loosen up and really get involved in the experience and actually benefiting from it.
Each week we see the families progress. Initially it can be quite challenging for them because they're not used to being together and having to communicate and negotiate poses and talk to each other, and if they don't communicate well they can have trouble getting into the poses or can fall out. So initially families do find it quite confronting, and so Sonia and I really try and encourage and support them to keep trying and work through it. And over the weeks what we see is their communication improves, we see a lot more laughter, and we see them really connected and strengthened in their relationships.
Well, we had a lot of different experiences throughout it. The main one for my family was attachment. We have been to counselling, the children have been to play therapy, but family yoga was something that we didn't actually, it didn't feel like therapy, it was just me and the children playing all together and actually benefiting from there.
At the end of the 8-week course, we often check in with families and we do referrals where appropriate. What can happen is families that weren't ready for counselling or found counselling too challenging, by doing a program that was non-conversational, that strengthened the attachment with the parents, strengthened their relationships and helped them tune into their bodies, they're then better ready for counselling. So we then often refer them for further family therapy work.
Being a single mum, always doing everything by myself, you always feel like there's a struggle there. But going into the family yoga group, I felt like there was a special bond that occurred between me and my children. The children got to see another side of their mum that I didn't even realise that they hadn't seen. So in doing the positions and just laughing throughout the dancing and stuff, I remember one time my daughter came up to me and I was doing something and I laughed, and she looked at my oldest daughter and she said, "Oh my God, Mum just laughed." And I was like, what is she talking about, And it sort of made me realise that, you're cooking and cleaning and you're doing all these things for your kids, but you're there for your children, but you're not really there.
So we work with families with any different makeup and any different reason, and some families have been through family violence, so we want to support the connection and the attachment back with the caregiver to help these children feel safe again.
By doing family yoga, it's actually impacted our lives in the outside as well. By regaining that bonding and regaining the attachment, it's actually flowed into our lives. So we're all happier. The kids have seen a different side to their mum. They're more able to talk freely, so they're more able to express their feelings because of the attachment. So they feel more secure, they feel happier, they know that as a family, like, we can get through anything, and it's changed our lives.